if you are watching this video, that means you have completed all of your tasks for this week. All right, now, one thing that we are going to, because you're on the Rota system now, you may have a bit of extra time, and if that's the case and you have some extra things that you might want to work on, that would be brilliant, and that's why we have this folder called Extension Work. Click it. Good talk. All right, now, whenever you go in here, there are going to be 3 files. Right now there's 3 files, but you won't be getting one of them because one of them is the answers, and that's something, this is sort of in the teacher's view, so you probably won't be getting the answers. So yeah, if you're struggling to finding the answers to this, email your teacher and they may be able to provide this for you. I'll leave that up to them. Anyways, so this is split up into 2 sections. I do want to point out this is 100% optional. Okay, so you got 2 things going on here. Whoop, whoop, 2 things. And you can choose to do one of them. You can choose to do both of them. You could choose to do the first one and not the second one. You could choose to do the second one and not the first one. This is extension work, and you are doing fantastic. And if you got through what you need to do, that's brilliant. This is a bit of extra stuff that'll help you out. So we have 2 things. The first one is optional. It would be something you may want to do half of the first one. The first bit is to watch a documentary. All right. Now, when you watch this documentary, that's it right there. All right. So basically, we're going to be looking at death penalty as a whole. Let's see. I need to basically tweak this because penalty. Useful. Sorry, I'm changing this as I'm going, but I'm really lazy and I don't feel like starting this recording again. All right, so basically, as you go through and you are going to do the first thing is you have this question, or this documentary. Now, in this documentary, there are questions. Now, it can be really tricky to try and do these questions. Now, if I was doing this, I would probably maybe have like it playing on my phone, and then I might be able to answer these questions on my laptop. I might want to print it out, and then I could write in the answers. And if you did print this out, I would print it off with 2 pages on each sheet, and that's a wee option that you can do. And so if you go to print, you can actually print it out with 2 pages on each sheet, and that's something that'll help you save a bit of stuff. I'm not going to go through that just now in this video, but there is an option that you can do that. Or you could choose to answer these in your jotter, but that would mean you might have to write down all these questions, and there's quite a lot of questions. All right, it's like 3 pages worth of questions. All right, so you don't have to do these questions. The main thing I want you to do is have a look at it. Watch the documentary. If you do have a way to answer these questions, it'll help you on your research task. That's the part 2 of this. But I would encourage you guys to watch it and then you can do some stuff. Maybe if you watched it, came back to this and see how many of these you can answer on your own. That could be really helpful as well. Maybe instead of answering all of these questions all along, maybe you only have one device, you can't go back and forth, or you don't have a printer, whatever, that's fine. Watch it. Watch part 1, which is actually part 4, because if you look at here, it's parts 4 through 6, but the first bit that we're watching, just to get you guys confused a little bit, so this would be actually part 5, and then this would be actually part 6. Just trying to stay on top of my game. Now, as you go through, you're going to click that link and then answer those questions. All right, so basically, you have to hit Control to click the link. There's the video. Now there's 4 parts. You see that it's starting on part 4. It is starting on part 4, not part 1. All right, so part 1 of your questions is actually part 4 of the documentary, which is why I put the wee note there. I hope that's not too confusing. Each one of these is about 10 minutes long. So watch the 10 minutes, go back into your file and see if you can answer the question. All right, you'll be able to type right onto the document. All right. Then do that for the second set of questions, which is actually part 5. And it goes through it. So 10 minutes, watch 10 minutes, try and answer the questions, or don't. Take notes. If you don't want to answer the questions, take notes. Fair enough? That's going to give you a bit of information about the UK, the death penalty. Part 1's about the UK death penalty. Part 2 spends a lot of time talking about the US. And part 3 talks about kind of globally, and it even mentions China as well. Which is actually, I called this part 1, 2, and 3, but they're actually 4, 5, and 6. Good talk. I know that's confusing. You won't have this one, but you'll have the instructions. I might tweak the name on that a little bit. And then you'll have the questions. And then there'll be a third one, which is this video walkthrough, which obviously you found because you're listening to me talk. Right, so back here. All right, then part 2 is to create some sort of a presentation. It could be a poster, it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a rap. Please somebody make a rap. I would love that. I'm making jokes to myself. I don't even know if anybody's going to listen to this. Send me an email if you listen to this and you thought my jokes were funny, but you probably won't because a lot of people think I'm weird, not funny. But what you are going to do is come up with some sort of presentation. This may be easy enough. There's 5 sections, so it could be 5 slides. It could be, you may turn it to 10 slides. You may double up on some of these bullet points and do some different things. So 1, introduce the death penalty. This could be on a poster where you put it up in the corner. It could be like a definition of the mind map. Maybe you do a mind map in the middle, information on the death penalty, and then boom, off to the side we got in the UK. All right, so why do they end it in the death penalty? When did they end it in the death penalty? When do they end it in the UK? Why do they end it in the UK? And then, there was 2 crimes that you've learned in the documentary as to the questions about why the death penalty, or 2 crimes that were still getting the death penalty in the UK. Right? Other countries. Well, at least 2 countries that have abolished it as well. And then at least 2 countries that haven't. Now, this is a bit of a complicated one because technically speaking, the US can fit into both categories. Does anybody remember why? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they abolished it briefly and then brought it back 4 years later in the 70s. Okay, so kind of, sort of, but I would say the US probably fits better in the second section because it's still going on today. But there are some other ones that have been. They talk about it in the documentary. If you want to use some other examples, you can find them on the internet and doing your own research. Then, reasons. This is kind of going back to your writing task that you did, but you're just organizing a little bit more. 2 or 3 short reasons why people think it should remain abolished. 2 or 3 reasons why people think it should come back in the UK. I should change this. How it should be abolished, or be abolished, and 2 reasons why it should be allowed. Because this isn't actually about the UK, it's about kind of overall. So why it should be allowed. All right, and then lastly, a wee section about your personal beliefs. I'm sure if you guys choose to do this, it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be brilliant. If you have any questions, get in touch with your teacher. You can get in touch with me. I'm Mr. Snelling, the cool guy. Yeah, you may disagree with that. Probably do, because yeah, most people do. Anyways, if you have any questions, get in touch with somebody, whether it's on the team chat, email, stuff like that. And then I'm not sure how you'll probably be emailing this to your teacher because I'm not sure it'll be a part of your assignment, but it may be. Okay, so take care. Hope you guys are doing fantastic, and you guys will hear my voice again in like a while, because you won't see me the next week. But speak soon. Talk to you later. Bye.